the most diabolical creation by Ninja Kiwi is here. And no, I'm not talking about the map, I'm talking about what's gonna be happening on this map in the next 20 minutes. So currently we have a sweepstakes event going on in BTD6, and one of the daily tasks is to beat a hard odyssey made by Ninja Kiwi, which is gonna give us 8 tickets. And if you actually go into the odyssey and you look at, well, the 5th island actually defeated the 4 previous ones, but if you take a look at the 5th one, we're playing on Ancient Portal on ABR around 6100, with the balloon speed being set at 200% and the Moab speed being set at 200% as well. Now that's not all. Actually, if you take a look at the towers, you guys are gonna notice that a huge chunk of these crosspads have been limited, and the theme of this odyssey is basically stun essential. So they're only giving you the towers that can stun balloons and basically nothing else. So they're like, yeah, we're gonna give you guys some tickets to play around with for sure, but in order to get those tickets, yeah, you're gonna need to basically play ABR 200% with like 8 towers and the worst crosspads. So let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can even start the game like this. I mean, everything at 200%, plus this is ABR, keep in mind, and this is an advanced map. So this is gonna be a short map. They gave us a couple of farms, which is really nice of them. I think we're gonna be using the farms for sure. So yeah, this is basically just like a crazy creation from Ninja Kiwi, and let's see if we can make it happen. So there are gonna be a couple of lead balloons, which I think Pat is gonna be able to deal with both of them. Yeah, there we go. Let's actually upgrade the Ninja a little bit. So we can go for a 201. The 201 is usually fine for like, I don't know, like up to round 20, I guess, maybe a little bit more than that. Let's actually go for the 202 to get the Caltrops as well. Alright, so they're kind of fine. So far, we've not leaked anything. The Caltrops are being dropped on the other side as well. So in case anything goes through the portal, it's fine, but there's gonna be a camel lead balloon in a second. So here is the plan. Let's actually try and greed out the 3rd farm, keep it as 200, and oh, we're actually starting to leak some balloons. The road spikes are gone. It was, and they're gone in like a single round. Actually, there was only around 22. So what can we do about this? I created one more farm. Let's actually turn off all the start for a second because we're starting to leak some lives. All right, so round 24 is going to be just like a single camel lead, which Pat Fusty is going to be able to pop because he's on a Munta, so he gets camo detection. But how do we want to deal with the upcoming rounds? Do we want to greed it out a little bit and get a marketplace, or do we chill? I think we chill, guys. I think we actually have to get another ninja. This whole run is just going to be a balancing act between farming and just upgrading your towers. So I'm going to greed out to one more marketplace, and yeah, I think this is the right time because I'm seeing some balloons making on the other side. The Caltrops are holding on, so these ninjas were a good decision, but we have no more ninjas left to buy. So let's drop on ice. The ice is going to be one of the towers that we for sure want to buy, and actually something that's been carrying me throughout these previous islands has just been like the bottom pad ice in general and the icicle impale. Ooh, I'm seeing an opportunity to greed out a little bit, guys. I think I'm gonna take it. Okay, this is the last one, so no more upgrading. I don't think we're ever gonna go for a central market action unless we like super stabilize our defenses, but I really hope I didn't mess up by buying the 3rd marketplace. So we're gonna need at least like a 023. I was thinking maybe on the ice. Let's start things off with a 003 just so we get the extra attack range and like this I guess this gun attack or whatever it's gonna be called. Yeah, there's gonna be some anti-synergy for sure between the ice and the ninjas, so the ninjas are gonna get sold, I'm thinking, or maybe we just keep one of the ninjas and we get the flash bomb into the sticky. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's get some stuns going. I was thinking let's get the flash bomb, and I think this is the time in which we're actually gonna sell this ninja, and then we're gonna use the money to get the sticky bomb, which is gonna be the way that I want to deal with the Moab around 40s. Hopefully that wasn't, you know, too early of a sell, but let's also make sure we're dealing with the ceramics and the insides as well. This is just like all these balloons are flying by. They're just making it through so fast that I'm a little bit concerned about what awaits us. So I'm gonna buy the icicles. The Moab is incoming in a second. Are we gonna get a push from Pat? Hopefully we do, and we do with the sticky projectile on it. Okay, so we're gonna get the pop in a perfect spot. Oh my god, that was a perfect scenario. So the ninja threw the sticky, and then Pat Fusty pushed the Moab back while it had the sticky on it. So when it detonated, it came into the it just came in the middle of all these towers, and the icicles were able to stun the ceramics. That was absolutely perfect. All right, well, it seems like luck is on our side, and we're gonna be facing a couple more Moabs. Yes, just like that. So let's actually make sure that we're dealing with all of these guys as well. We're gonna need some camo detection. Let's go for something like a 3-2-0 on the village. I want to be buying a... Oh, we're leaking balloons. Let's buy it a little bit faster. I want to be buying a bomb as well. Let's get the balloon impact, which again is going to serve as a stun. Alright, so another 45 mob. Actually, 2 of them. One of them did get destroyed. The second one is not getting knocked back, but the ceramics are being held by the icicles, which is a really, really good sign. Let's see how we do throughout these 50s. The icicle impale is obviously a great tower that we want to have, but the question is if this is going to be enough because... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, the charges are well, we're gonna need the combination from the charges and then just Pat pushing all these mobs if we want to make it to the Icicle Impale. Yeah, so yet another 45 mob. This is just the way it goes, guys, on ABR, but thankfully we have the ice. I don't want to rely on the ice only, and I know that it's likely not gonna be enough in the late game, even though we're gonna buy the Icicle Impale like in like the 50s. Alright, so 54, we're getting some knockbacks. Pat is destroying everyone, but there's a BFB, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna use Pat's Squeeze in order to bomb the BFB layer, and then we are right on the money with the Icicle Impale, which I'm gonna buy for all these 4 mobs that are coming out at once. So let's just buy this thing. Yeah, once we get the Icicle Impale, I mean, things are so easy, at least for these 50s for sure. So let's actually help ourselves a little bit more, because they did leave every single ice path available. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the primary mentoring, and then right here in the middle, I want, if I can find the spot, that is, there we go, right here in the middle, I'm actually gonna buy this guy, the 240 into eventually the 250 ice, the absolute zero. Let's, by the way, use the Pat hug ability onto this BFB, and then when it returns, I think the Icicle Impale, and just like everyone else, is gonna be able to handle all the small balloons. Yeah, there we go. I want to say a strategy is definitely working. Let's see how we do versus C3. So there's gonna be huge waves of, yes, let's actually use the, oh, that's a lot of lag thanks to the icicles, but yeah, just use the snowstorm ability for like the first wave of ceramics. The second one is gonna be full camo, if I remember correctly. We can actually use the map ability for this one. Not sure if it's necessary, but I just wanted to use it, by the way. And then for the last one, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the absolute zero. And now with the absolute zero, I guess the benefit from the aura is that even though these guys are all gonna be super fast, at least they're not gonna be as fast as they could be. So yeah, it's just gonna be buying a lot more time. That's basically the thing that we're going for. One of the things that we're gonna be lacking is some big balloon damage, regardless of, you know, what happens, because basically the thing that these towers are good for is stunning, so they can keep them in place, but they cannot exactly pop them as efficiently. I guess we can alleviate that a little bit because we have the big trap going for us, so we can buy that thing if we want to just one-shot the Moab class balloons. Oh, by the way, this is a huge round. Let's I actually don't want to use the level 10 Pat ability, because while he's squeezing a balloon, he's not attacking, and if he's not attacking, he's not stunning. So let's chill and let's just kind of think about how we're going to be dealing with the bad balloons. And I said bad balloons because there's going to be one on 99, and then there's going to be another one which is going to be a fortified bad on round 100. So how are we popping a fortified bad unless we, well, farm a lot of money? And you know what, I'm a little bit late on this, but let's actually buy all 3 of these guys into central markets now that I think about this, because the more that I think about like this ultra late game, the more worried I become. I think that we can deal with everything up to round 99, and then when the bad balloon rolls in, not exactly sure. Alright, so in comes replay, and this is where our troubles might be starting. So these balloons are a lot more difficult, and there's gonna be a lot more balloons in general. So I hope our towers can just barely hold on, because I upgraded all 3 of these farms here at the bottom to central markets, because we are gonna need the extra cash, and just hopefully we hold on, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy another village. This is gonna be a millipede village. I want to go for the call to arms on this village for sure. So let's you guys know what, might as well buy it now. Let's actually go like this. Let me use the squeeze ability. There was a ZMG at the back, and do we want to click a button? I don't think so, but you guys can see how the second that we enter free play mode, even though we have like this, I guess it's not an insane, but it's like a solid farming setup for the thing that we're doing, and we have like a couple of tier 5 towers, and everyone just holding the balloons in place. But yeah, these guys are still making it pretty far. A4 is kind of the same. I mean, it's blue moas, but again, these big balloons, these big BFBs are fortified instead of being non-fortified. So I guess here's what we can do for this one. We can use the call to arms ability for the first time. Let's actually get a little bit of extra damage, and I guess we could use the absolute zero ability, because this thing is going to give a 50% attack speed bonus to the Icicle Impale. So yeah, this guy is basically our main damage dealer until we buy some other towers, and we're getting really close to the money necessary for the, I think we actually have it for the tier 5 ninja. I actually want to get this guy, because the projectiles that he throws, or I should say the sticky charges that he throws, are a lot more powerful than the previous ones. So this is going to be like huge bad damage for us, and let's use the absolute zero ability in combination with the call to arms, because there are a couple of ZMGs. I think it's like 5 ZMGs on A7 in comparison to the 4 that they usually are. Alright, so we're entering the 90s, and these are going to be the most important rounds. So DDTs, this is not the first DDTs obviously, but we're dealing with them, and that's a great sign. Let's see how we do on 93. These chargers are destroying the balloons for sure, but again, just keep them in place. I'm actually going to use the absolute zero ability, so we give the Icicle Impale a little bit more attack speed, so we can hold off all these 45 DDTs now on 93. Yup. Alright, so in comes 94. This is a big big one, and I think it's time for us to start buying some more defensive towers. Here's what we're gonna do. First things first, I'm just gonna dump all of these abilities because it's gonna be a huge chunk of balloons, so we want to get some attack speed, some power onto our towers. But the next thing that I want to be doing is maybe having a sniper just like this. I'm actually trying to hit the angle on like these heads up top because I want to have the sniper like stunning a balloon which the other towers cannot see. So let's go like this. Let's buy the cripple Moab, set this guy on strong. Let's use the absolute zero, and now with the cripple Moab being set on strong, he's going to be basically holding the strongest balloons, which is going to be the 0 MG, so everyone else is going to be able to, you know, have a little bit of extra time to deal with everything else. So income's 95, and now we can do a couple of things. First off, let's watch what's happening with these DDTs. These guys are so fast that I think we need to use some abilities for them. So let's use the Icicle Impale ability for, well, it's actually not it's the absolute zero ability, which is going to give attack speed to the Icicle Impale. Yeah, you guys know what I mean by now, but yeah, is this going to be able to hold? I think the ability ended, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to give the Call to Arms, and that was, it seems like that was enough for 95. Yeah, this Icicle Impale is winning the game by itself for sure. And as we're going to 96, I actually wanted to do one more thing. So I was thinking we're gonna need some damage amplification for the bad balloon, and I'm looking for a place for this super bill of ice. Actually, I'm not exactly finding it, so I'm gonna have it here on the left side, but I'm gonna go for the larger radius, and then once we click the absolute zero ability, it's gonna get attack speed. How is it looking though? This is 96, so let's dump all abilities that we have. Let's go like this. I mean, one of the other things that we can get for damage is, I know, I'm gonna buy it, guys. 27, we have the money for it. I think we should do it. Like, we're very light on damage, so I think this is like not even a bad idea overall for the bad balloons. Let's see if we survive 98, and then 99 and 100 are going to be the bad balloons. So we want to dump some abilities, and obviously we can sell the farms. This actually wouldn't be a bad time to sell the farms because they're not going to generate too much cash at this point. So let's buy the super bill finally, and then I think we just chill with the rest of the cash in case we need to buy something. So let's dump the absolute zero in combination with the Call to Arms ability. By the way, we're getting a little bit more cooldown reduction on the absolute zero. It's 25%, and that was a very fast clean once we click the buttons, by the way. Not sure if you guys noticed that. So yeah, it seems like the damage versus the small balloons in the stall is there. This is gonna be the last chunk of DDTs. Well, I guess not counting the DDTs coming out from the bad balloons, that is. And let's see if we can actually deal with these bad balloons. So this is going to be test number 1. There's going to be a 45 bad on the next one, and I guess the Master Bomber is going to be the one guy. So this is actually not looking good. I mean, we do get the pop, but the 45 one, when is that thing gonna pop? How do we get some extra damage from the towers that we have available to us? This is not looking good, guys. I don't think we get any extra damage. I think that's about it. I mean, the sniper is only the top. I think we just do this. We get the homeland and we just hope for the best. So let's use everything at this point, guys. Let's dump all abilities and let's just hope that all this damage amplification and just all these small towers attacking is gonna be enough. The Master Bomber is gonna do the majority of the damage, but like the cripple Moab sniper is not gonna be too far behind either. Let's go for, oh no, it actually made it on the other side. Go for the absolute zero ability, get some attack speed going. We can actually help these guys a little bit, but I don't think it's necessary. So another absolute zero incoming, and oh my god, we actually lead. Alright, so let's try it again, but I do have a plan on how we can deal with this thing, and it's just gonna be by actually absorbing the basically absorbing the insides of this thing. So let's go like this. It's gonna be just by using the trap, so might as well place the trap like this, and then once we get the pop onto it, which is gonna be about now, here's what we do. We can sell this thing. We can actually sell a couple of towers, and we can buy just this thing, the big trap, and hopefully the trap is gonna be able to absorb a huge chunk of these guys. It's gonna be the last one. Let me target it. Let's target it here in the back. Oh, that's gonna be fine. I think we have it. Yes, there we go. That's wait, what's missing? Oh, there's like a little ceramic here at the back, but yeah, let's get rid of this thing, and yes, there we go. We get it done. All right, so as expected, this was a very, very interesting Odyssey. I mean, the end island was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but come on, guys, that was just a crazy creation by Ninja Kiwi, and we get our tickets. Do we actually? Yeah, we do. There we go. All right, plus 8 tickets, and we apparently got some of the new quests done, so that's good to hear. Alright, so that's it. Short one for today. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow for a very cool bug video, but that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.